We'll do this. So let me introduce you to state representative of Pennsylvania, Brian Sims. Okay, verified on Twitter. So there were some protesters standing outside of Planned Parenthood. Protesting Planned Parenthood,
which is always classy.
Now this is Brian Sims, a state representative, walking up to them.
About Planned Parenthood shaming people for something that they have a constitutional right to do.
Oh, by the way, Brian Sims is an LGBTQ lawyer, state representative, and something else.
If you're here about the children, you can pray at home for children. It's probably the same place that you could feed a child, but you're not. Instead, you're out here shaming people for something that they have a constitutional right to do. Who would have thought that an old white...
Doesn't she have the constitutional right to protest, though? Like, I mean, if we're being fair, right? She has the same right.
Lady.
She does. It's staggering levels of freedom. Like they have a right. These women have a right to go in and get an abortion. She has a right to be out there and whine about it.
And so does he.
He has a right to be out there and shout
right.
down. So it's all really just... Yeah. It's just layers of obnoxious people that need attention. Right. Just like it's like a narcissism nachos where they're layered with different layers of shit human.
You know what the worst part about this is, though? It's probably the dead babies.
I get it. Look, I'm not pro Planned Parenthood either. Don't get me wrong on this, right? But you fucking little old biddies, you little busybodies, if you want to fucking start a nonprofit, try to generate money to battle Planned Parenthood, go to town hall meetings. But no, you old biddies don't want to do that. You want to stand in front of a fucking Planned Parenthood all day and shout at pregnant women going inside.
I don't think they were shouting.
Maybe not, but look, it's still weird. When you like again, I don't like Planned Parenthood, but when these people are trying to go in and just do like every Planned Parenthood has like fucking 4 old ladies out there from the Red Bonnet Society, whatever the fuck, from the Red Hat Society, the Purple Hat Society, the old ladies. Like, you just fucking.
Well, I will say that, but I'll use Louis C.K. in his last special before he was completely depersoned said, but if you think abortion is killing a baby, these people think you're killing babies. So they're outraged that babies are being killed, and that's why they're. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's people that all those lesbos and stuff that are out there and they're protesting. If I were to go up to a lesbian, this is what bothers me. If I were to go up to a fucking LGBT person saying that trans kids should have hormones and started recording them like this, and beating them up, I would be fucking. People would be really pissed at me. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. But that's my whole thing. It's just like they you're right. They're fucking. They have a right to do what they're doing,
right?
But they're cunts. It's a cunty thing to do. There's, it's the same way. I can't say that I don't like when Patriot Prayer and these other fags go out and punch each other in the street and try to make everything about them in the streets. So I don't like when they do it either. It's just, it is. I would never want to get an abortion. I would never want to. I do believe it's killing of an unborn child. I don't think that there's really much wiggle room there. But Planned Parenthood exists. People use their services. And again, if you're walking through the door of Planned Parenthood and you have 4 women standing there shaming you, and fine, maybe they're not yelling at them, but they're shaming them. They're there to shame people.
Well, you should be ashamed if you're killing a baby.
Okay. But it's again, it's the amount, like they're shaming them for doing what they're doing. So I'm not really against this guy for going out and shaming the shamers. Like it's all obnoxious to me. So I don't see this guy as like more obnoxious for chasing these old ladies down, because everybody in this video is a cunt. This woman's a cunt for bothering these girls that are fucking scared and going through something right now and terrified. The guy filming messing with her is a cunt, and the women killing the babies are cunts. Everyone in the frame here, besides that guy in the background with the work ladder on his truck, is probably a cunt.
No, I hear what you're saying, but again, like you said, staggered levels of freedom. There's also staggered levels of cunt. The biggest cunt is the doctor performing the abortion, followed by the lady killing the baby, then maybe followed by I don't still think followed by this old lady. Like, I understand if they had signs in their faces going, "You murderer," and throwing blood on them, I get that, but they're just standing there holding signs. in their mind, to play devil's advocate here just for a second, in their mind, maybe they're thinking a girl will see that and go, oh man, I'm not going to get an abortion. It's probably never going to happen. I get that. But that's their mindset, right? Like, if they think they're killing babies and they don't want babies to be killed, then maybe they think maybe one girl will see a sign and go, oh, I'll talk to this person instead. I'll go to church. I don't know. That, I kind of get where it's coming from, because I think because this Planned Parenthood stuff has become so normalized that something that, dude, a couple hundred years ago would have been outrageous to fucking kill babies. It would have been fucking an outrage. Now it's so normalized that it's like, yeah, but they also do pap smears. Yeah, okay, cool. I get they do pap smears and they check titties, but they're killing babies. Like,
no.
That's where I fall on it. It's like, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is the best tactic, But I am saying is, I don't know what if they're standing outside, they're handing pamphlets to a church and going, hey, maybe there's another option for you. Or to an adoption agency.
It's true, but again, I don't. When you tell me like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go down to the local abortion clinic, just hand out some tracts. We're not gonna get political. I don't believe you.
Okay, but
you're there working an angle, and it's like again, they're all scummy, but this guy's no more scummy for working his political angle on top of their political. Everyone there is working some angle, and yeah, okay, people are killing babies. That's fine, but. Again, like somebody in the chat just said to me, yeah, you say these young women are scared? Probably just another Tuesday for them. Most women, okay, most normal, well-adjusted women are not out getting weekly abortions.
No, of course not.
Okay? A good large swath, and again, I'll get into Planned Parenthood and how they fucking, they're allowed to like fucking give abortions to kids without even telling the parents. Trust me, there's a lot of shit I don't like about them.
They sell baby parts.
A lot of shit I don't like about them. But there are plenty of really terrified young women going in there and receiving some kind of medical treatment. Sometimes it is like he was saying, pap smears stuff. Most of the time, you're just killing babies. But again, at what point can we go back to having some kind of productive conversation about these things, not just going, well, where do they have all the abortions at?
Well,
let's head down there. Let's load up the truck.
I'll tell you when we have a productive conversation, when the fucking left starts pushing the goalpost. Look, if we were still having a conversation, I would agree with what you're saying. If we were still having the conversation right now, like, rare, safe, and legal like it used to be. But now it's just like, yeah, man, after 9 months, if it comes out and it's a tardo, we're going to pop it in the head. The problem is that Planned Parenthood, abortion activists have gained way more ground than anti-abortion activists have. That's the problem. There is no normal conversation. Normal conversation used to be, hey, you know what? I'm with you. 20 weeks. I don't really agree with that, but you know what? At least we have a designated area where we kind of go, there's some science to go this and some science to go that, right? But my problem is that that's not that 20 weeks is not anymore. In New York, you could kill a fucking 8-month-old fetus. And I think that's the problem. I think the problem is we can't have the conversation anymore because there's no conversation anymore. If you bring up you don't like abortion, you are a piece of shit bigot. That's it. That's what you are. You're not a woman. You don't understand. I think that's the problem. I'm not saying these women are annoying. I'm not. They probably are annoying.
Anyone who gets in a car and goes, where are the people at that we can go and shame for doing whatever, are shit people. And we're increasingly becoming a country on both sides that makes their entire lives around the weekend going, let's get in a car, go somewhere where people don't want us, and start some shit. Just, dude, fucking like he said, go pray for the babies. Let the other ladies kill their babies. There's nothing you can really do about it, but what you can do is go out there and keep going out every weekend, until somebody on the left has just the right soundbite or just the right out of context clip to make you look crazy again. But we've been playing into this nonstop, this going in person thing. It's like it's getting all. Everybody is like, let's grab a sign and go outside and shout. Again with this, nothing has ever in history gotten done, but people just going outside and shouting. Yeah, okay, the civil rights thing, when the entire black population was like, all right, well, we won't work then. We're just gonna sit outside. All right, then that was effective. But like, this is just 6 obnoxious old bitches going, just mean mugging women that are going in to get an
hold
abortion.
on. To be fair, we've only played 19 seconds of this video.
But
I know because I've seen other stuff. No, I hear what you're saying.
It fits a fucking.
But you're immediate. But fits a narrative. But that's. But if someone says you guys, Revenge of the Sis fits a narrative. Look at your name. It's like, well, I would like you listen to our shit first before you judge us. The lady hasn't even said one word yet. If we're being fair, I would love to agree with you, but the lady hasn't even said one word yet in the video. Not one.
Right.
Not one. Let's play.
In front of a Planned Parenthood, telling people what's right for their bodies. Shame on you. Shame on you for hiding your face at the same time that you're shaming other people. Again, the same.
And hold on, let me say something else. The old ladies aren't filming the people going into Planned Parenthood. That's the other. They're not filming people going to Planned Parenthood. They're talking to people. I would say more. They were filming themselves and going, "Look at us here, Planned Parenthood. They're killing babies." I'd be like, "These people are fucking arrogant assholes." But if you're not going out there and filming yourself, this isn't like I'm trying to make it about me. You know?
Laws that protect me, protect you, and that's okay. You're allowed to be out here. That doesn't mean that you have a moral right to be out here.
Did this guy
Shame
run
on you.
to the
What-
scene?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He's a fucking. He sounds like fucking David Hogg interviewing shooting students. So tell me. By the way, just say I was here all day.
What you're doing here is disgusting. This is wrong. You have no business being out here. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Yep. Disgusting.
Wait a second. And by the way, it's one lady. It's not 6 ladies. It's one lady. One lady who seems to have pamphlets in her hands.
So, do me a favor, please. If you're watching this, Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania is one of the most heavily protested Planned Parenthoods in the country, and they deserve your support.
Probably because if it's from that part of Pennsylvania, they kill the most babies.
These are the kind of attacks that we can expect.
Yeah, look at the attacks. Hold on, sorry, but let me show you. Look, he's panning the camera around. It's one old lady.
Oh, he's a massive faggot.
It's one old lady. It's not, these are the kind of attacks. One old lady talking to women and going, maybe there's another way. I'm sorry, but I can't be mad at her for, if she said, look, if this was a bunch of people with signs saying God hates fags, Westboro Baptist Church bullshit, I'd be on your side. But this is one old lady who's saying maybe there's another way. That's it. No, she's not filming herself. She's not posting it on Facebook.
On Planned Parenthoods in the current administration. Shame on you, ma'am, for standing out here thinking you know what's right for other people's bodies. There are women that come here from counties away, miles away, because people like you are standing out in front of their Planned Parenthood, shaming them. You must have something to say. You've had something to say to every single woman that's come in here, every single couple that's come in here. You've had something to say, something to hand them. And yet now these...
See, told you, something to hand them. So, again, I don't see this being any worse than somebody standing on a Times Square and trying to sell you a CD, you know?
Well, no, I want those people removed too, though.
I
want those people
no,
yanked
not
up
even
and
true,
thrown.
you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay her.
When I hear, like, if I live in a city, right, and I leave my apartment and I go, I'm gonna go down to Gino's Pizza and I'm gonna grab a slice. I want every human being that interrupts me on my way to that slice of pizza and on my way back to the apartment fucking locked up and thrown in prison for life. That's how I feel about this shit anyway nowadays. I am just sick and yeah, people have the freedom to do whatever you want. But I am tired of when you walk two blocks to go to a Planned Parenthood and it's one guy asking for your cigarette, another guy playing the drums begging for money, another lady telling you you're making the wrong decision. I want you all thrown into a volcano because it's literally I'm going from here to here. I don't give a shit what you think.
No, I know. But
here.
if you're going here to get your slice of pizza, I get it. But if you're a couple walking into Planned Parenthood, that's ground zero to maybe tell people maybe there's another way. Maybe
you're
there's
right.
something
Getting a
else
slice
you
of
could do.
pizza is hard sometimes if the place is busy.
Yeah, but
sometimes it takes up to 40 minutes to get a slice of pizza.
I look, man. I hear what this old lady standing out here. You know why I don't get mad at this old lady standing out here? Because it could be my grandfather. Like. It could be my grandfather. What if she's very religious? We talk about people should have religion. They persecute. If you're really religious, if you're really Christian, if you really don't want babies to die, you should be doing everything in your power to not let that happen. And obviously, I'm saying obviously, because and by the way, that word you're praying for them at home, you could pray for babies at home and still go out to, one thing doesn't stop you from doing another thing. My point is, if you're a really religious person and you have an opportunity to save a baby's life, wouldn't you? Even if it annoys you, wouldn't you do it though? Am I wrong? Like, wouldn't you do it though? Like, wouldn't you go, I have an opportunity to stop a woman from killing a baby. Maybe it's 1 out of 100.
I get your point. I'm just saying right now in this current climate, there is no shortage of people telling other people that they know better than they do for their own fucking lives. It's literally everywhere you go now. It's somebody, let's have a political law. No, God damn it. It's like everywhere you go. So you're like,
Mike, I'm with you if this was a gun debate. I'm with you if this is, but this is not the same as should we do a minimum raise the minimum wage, or should we increase tax cuts? This is, forget politics. This is, if you believe they are killing a baby, that's different than. The thing is, you're lumping in killing a baby with a bigger political argument. Yes, everyone's political. Everyone's stupid. It's clown world. Honk, honk. I got it. But my point is, if you're Christian, like this lady is doing more than I am to stop a baby from being killed. I could say that with 100% certainty. She is at least trying to do something. It might be a reach. It might be stupid, and it might annoy you. But she's doing more than I am right now. You know, she's trying. That's what I'm saying. At least she's trying. Like, she could be an old biddy, and she's probably a MAGA tard and QAnon. I will criticize her and all those things, but what's the option? Just do nothing? Let's just do nothing. Because we try political discourse, but that doesn't work.
No, but there are other ways she could go about it.
Sure, like what?
She could start her own fucking nonprofit.
Maybe she does.
She could get a bunch of people together who are of like mind and try to do all kinds of billboards, banner drops, internet advertising, counseling. There's many ways you can go about it.
If she did a banner drop across the street from Planned Parenthood, you go, these assholes are dick. So you want them to do it not around where people are doing it. My point is that, look, of course, I haven't seen what she's doing, but if all she's doing is handing pamphlets and going, hey, maybe there's another way, I'll pray for you. Do you think that she's really a piece of shit? Like, I'd understand.
No, I'm not saying she's a piece of shit, but it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious for anybody to stand outside of anything. It is equally as obnoxious if somebody were to stand outside of a church on Sunday and go, there's another way, though. There's another way, and his name is Satan. The point is, these people got up on Sunday, they got dressed, like, we're going to church today, okay? That's all they wanted to do was just go to church. So, yeah, when you were standing outside of a place going, but no, don't do it. It's like, that is a bit obnoxious.
But I understand what you're saying.
Leave people
but
alone.
Yes.
Most
I
of
will
the
leave people
stress
alone
in this country is being caused right now by people not leaving each other.
I
the fuck
100%
alone.
leave them alone. But then my argument is leave the baby alone. Like, that's using your very logic.
You're going to tell me to leave my baby alone.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't kill a baby. No, what I'm telling you is don't kill a baby. There's a difference between someone protesting you going to church. When you go to church, say what you want. Babies aren't getting killed in church.
Stop. You don't equate the two because
You're the one that said it, not me.
No, you're equating. No, what I'm saying is I'm equating the behavior of the person.
Okay, what
I'm
has
not
she
trying
done?
to equate going to church to being a fight, but I didn't want to use a business because a business would have been a bad example, so I went with a church. My point is gathering outside of people who have an opposite mentality of you to right there as they're walking in at the point of sale to go, it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious if you do it in front of a business. It's obnoxious if you do it in front of a church. It's obnoxious if you do it in front of a leftist fucking baby murdering factory. It's obnoxious. Everyone in this country, this woman, you, me, everyone in this chat room is guilty of thinking they know better than everybody else. And that's fine. You have a right to do that. You have a right to express that. You have a right to tell anybody you want about that. But when you choose to go to a place where somebody's doing something you don't like, so you can tell them you don't like what they're doing, you now have stepped into the realm of, well, you're being a little obnoxious. It's none of your business.
Okay, cool. If it means that she's obnoxious and she saves one baby's life, then be obnoxious. But that's my point. Being obnoxious, anyone that's ever made change in this country was obnoxious. Anybody. Name one person who's done something that wasn't obnoxious. Trump got elected because he was obnoxious. You know, you have to. If you're not we're obnoxious.
But Trump didn't get elected standing in front of a Planned Parenthood.
No,
there's another way. There's another way.
But my point is that if you think
Trump gives a fuck about abortion,
if you think no, I'm not. I'm just using that. You said obnoxious. My point is that if you think babies are being murdered and you're a Christian person and the last chance you have to stop a baby from you're right. You could do a billboard. You could do all that. You could do everything you said. But at the end of the day, there's still the last line of defense, which is, hey, before you're here, maybe there's another way. Look, I'm not saying call them rapists and throw stuff in their face and do the Westboro Baptist. That's fucking bullshit and that's mean. handing a pamphlet out and saying, "Hey, maybe there's another way." That's not out of if there's levels of obnoxiousness, this falls really low on being obnoxious. Especially when someone's doing something, you have to attribute what their motive is, right? If she was filming, she's not filming herself. If she was filming herself and putting this on YouTube, then the obnoxious level would be raised for me because, like, oh, this is all about you. But if she's not filming herself, she's not bothering anybody. All she's doing is
she's literally there to bother people.
Okay, fine.
She's literally she got in her car and went there to bother people specifically.
All right, I understand. But you're right. But her motives are what? Did you say her motives are bad?
Fuck her motives. That's my thing. And the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Everyone's motives are so important to them. To you. So good for you. But when you step into the realm of I'm going to stand out here and annoy every goddamn person who's trying to do the thing I don't like, you are now being annoying. You're now being obnoxious.
But when you say it that way, and you yeah, sure, if I'm going to annoy people for not using plastic straws, I get it. This is literally killing a human life.
To me and to you.
Well,
to me and to you, not to them. That's the point. This is why this country is so broken right now. Because every one of you out there is like, no, this is the goddamn way. And you're like, all right,
then I have a question. Then I have a question.
You can't just leave these people
If someone's
alone.
a jerk and I stab him in the chest and I go, to me, it's not killing somebody.
You're not. Now you're just being really hyperbolic. You're talking about stabbing a person.
Excuse me.
In a fucking public place is a little different.
You can hyperbolic me, but you've been pretty hyperbolic yourself.
To what extent? That I'm equating babies to stabbing adult people in the streets.
You're equating a woman. You're equating a woman. You're equating a woman trying to stop somebody from killing a baby to a Satanist telling someone not to go to church.
But again,
that's hyperbolic.
But again, no. You're allowing these people's motivations to somehow absolve them of doing the same exact thing. You're missing my point.
I'm not absolving them.
Her fact that she's protecting the babies doesn't matter to me any more than some guy's trying to get people to worship Satan. The moment you make a conscious decision of these people are wrong, I'm right, and I need to save them, you're kind of a cunt. It's one thing I've learned about people.
So if I go and in New York, they're doing it. It's legal now. They're 9 months. At 9 months, you could get an abortion. It's 100%. It's not hyperbolic. This is a fact, right? And at that point, it's not an argument. At 9 months, it's a person.
So, all right, why stop standing out there?
Yeah.
Why stop there? You want to save babies? Mm-hmm. Go shoot up an abortion clinic. Why don't you go kill these doctors that are killing all these poor babies? No, do something, Royce. Do something.
But that's my
save
point.
These babies.
That's my point, though.
But it's easy to go bother pregnant
because
teenagers.
This is legal and shooting an abortion clinic isn't. Don't throw hyperbolic at me when you're Mr. Hyperbolic.
We got to get these guys. They're out there killing babies right now.
So you're saying that me wanting a woman to do something legal that I have to now tack onto that. We might as well kill abortion. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, she is doing everything legally that she can do, right?
Yeah, and I'm not saying at any point that she needs to be arrested or locked up or her. I was joking about that. Everyone that interrupts me should be locked in a fucking dark prison cell. I was joking about that part. But again, she has a right to be doing what she's doing. And I have a right to go, wow, lady, you're obnoxious. That's all.
No, but you're saying you're right, she's obnoxious, but we're saying at the beginning of it that she shouldn't be doing it. See, you did say that.
Out of decency, right. Not out of fucking any legalities.
I'm not saying legality, but my point is if you said she's obnoxious, it's fine. But out of decency, you shouldn't kill babies. Out of decency.
I get right? that.
Out of decency.
But unfortunately, constitutionally, you're allowed to, and these women are allowed to go in there and get a fucking. Whether you like Planned Parenthood or not,
with that.
These women have a right to go in there and get a consultation without people going.
No. You do have constitutional right to go in there and get there, but you don't have a constitutional right not to be bothered while you walk in.
No, you're right. You don't have a right to be bothered.
You don't have that right.
And I'm not
There's
saying
no way you have that right.
But what I'm saying is, if you walk in and these people, then she's stepping into the bounds of being cunty. Then
if she was
in
the Planned Parenthood, I would say she's wrong. That's a place of business. She's in the street. She's telling someone in the street, like, it's the same thing as a homeless person. As annoying as they are, they're going to be outside. Like, what are you going to do? My point is that I understand what you're saying, but my point is level of anger, right? Level of what be mad. If this was a boomer with a MAGA hat filming themselves and going, "You're murdering babies," I'd probably be more on your side and go, "Wow, you're going over the top." But this is the old lady that probably goes to church by herself. She's not going with flags and MAGA boomers and saying, libtard. Like this woman falls very low on the level of annoying to me versus all the other annoying things.
But based
that
on
people
her
do.
motivations, that you agree, that you even
No,
say
no,
you
no, not
admitted
even
you agree
motivation.
with.
Not even motivation.
You brought up her motives many times as
Fine, I'll take motivations out of it.
Absolution for what
I'll
she's
take
doing.
motive out of it. Forget what she's doing. If I'm walking down the street and somebody hands me a pamphlet, regardless of what her motivations are, I'm not going to be as mad as someone screaming at me and calling me a murderer.
Yeah, I get that, but there is also a difference between handing out a flyer for some reggae band and taco night, $2 taco night, and handing somebody a flyer that says they're a murderer.
You're right. I agree. I agree.
Like, one is a bit more jarring.
I agree. Taco night doesn't kill babies. I'm with you.
I get it.
Taco night doesn't kill
But
children.
again,
I'm with you.
now we're back to the motivation thing.
Well,
See, I only
brought-
you're killing babies.
Excuse me.
You're killing
So
babies.
you
all right.
So
then-
are they not?
I believe they are.
Okay,
but
so
then
then
I'm
we're in
not.
agreement.
So if some woman gets my seed in her and has an abortion, I'll murder her, and that'll be between me and her and the Lord. But I'm not gonna go out and just go, black teenage girl.
All right, cool. But using that logic, you're listening to hate speech isn't free speech. Well, yeah, it is. But that's not what I think. But it is. Like, it's not a matter of what you think or don't think. It's a matter of, once it has a heartbeat, that's a human being, and you're killing it. Whether you want to kill your baby if you want, but my point is that that's what it is. My point is, here's the problem. You said we have to have a better conversation. Fine. How can we have a conversation if we can't even agree when life starts?